Welcome to the Amateur Family Archivist. This is part 3 of a 3-part series explaining a system for cataloging and preserving a large collection of family documents and images. In part 1, I explained how to place a family library into logical order so that a researcher might search for and retrieve a record with some basic information. Part 2 demonstrated how to archive original documents. This part will discuss how I process images. You can use a good flatbed scanner to convert photographs in negative film to digital images. I use an Epson Perfection V700 flatbed scanner, and I've not used companies that offer to convert negative film to digital files, although I might do so with home videos and some slides of landscapes. I prefer to handle personally images of people and aged photographs and negatives, mainly because scanning is a relatively minor part of the process. The most important steps after scanning are examining the image, identifying the people and places in the image, assigning a unique number to the photograph and image, listing the record in Excel by number, and describing the location and subjects in the image, and placing the physical and digital image so that I can retrieve it. Sometimes I use software such as Adobe Photoshop Elements to enhance the digital image. I've rescued several important images using the simple instructions in the program. Follow the manufacturer's instruction manuals, and you should have no problem getting a very good digital image from photographs and negatives. I won't duplicate those resources here. So let's get started. Here are the materials and tools that I use to process physical images into my library. I use non-latex gloves to keep the oils from my hands off the materials and the glass on the scanner. A soft cloth and brush will gently dust the photo or negative, as well as the glass. A couple of bursts from a compressed gas duster can help too. I place each photo and negative in an acid-free protective sleeve, which I can place into an acid-free binder. I use specialty sleeves for most photos and negatives. Large photos often will fit into letter-sized sleeves. The letter-sized protective sleeves, gloves, and gas duster in this presentation are from Costco. I obtain most of my specialty sleeves from the Container Store, although I occasionally go to office supply stores for high-capacity sleeves for pamphlets and the like. I use an ultra-fine point Sharpie pen to enter the image's number on the protective sleeve that contains the photo or negative, as you can see in this example. I back up my digital file onto a high-capacity DVD. The Sharpie and DVD can be obtained from any office supply store. My scanner comes with special trays to suspend negatives over the glass and align them for transfer to the digital file. Some of my negatives do not fit on the trays, so I use Scotch tape to bridge gaps and get the desired effect. Use the tape quickly and only on so much of the negative as necessary. I use this process on this negative without leaving obvious residue. Now let's process an image. I'm going to work with several kinds of images. I have a photograph, smaller size, a larger size photograph, actually a copy of a photograph, and I have negatives that I've scanned into my digital file. All of these have been scanned into my digital file. They have a number. I know which number they are, but I'll always check. So we'll start with the negatives first. This one has a number. He's able to see it better. This one has a number Funk 001710. That means that I have, this is the 1710th image that I have placed into the physical file. I have many more images that I don't have physical files for, so that's just that's a low number. For the next ones, their numbers will be consecutive. If I notice I've picked up a little bit of dirt, I clean that off. A small, very gentle duster can dust it off as well. And so there I have my negatives. The larger photograph is the next in the series. I know that because I numbered the document, I described it. I know that this one is 714, funk.001.714. And the last of the pictures So now I have all of them placed in their sleeves, and I can place them in the book. You'll notice that these are going to have to be placed out of order. I try to make sure that they show up within 2 or 3 pages of each other. If that means that I have maybe 2 or 3 in this particular sleeve and only part of these in a particular sleeve, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to sweat that detail. I'm just going to get them in the book. Images add considerable value to your family archive. They often contain important clues about people and places that make up your family's history. Combining the images with your original documents will unlock details you might never have discovered in a lifetime of conversations. Remember also that images of friends and acquaintances are likely to be important to other families. You can enrich the lives around you by sharing what you've discovered. Thank you for your service to your family and to history, and have fun along the way.